I had a lot of pain in my left hip, and sometimes it would go into my back or go down into my foot. And I tried a lot of different things. I'm a physical therapist myself, so I've been educated in all of these different therapeutic exercises, corrective exercises, and you know, tried a ton of things, but couldn't solve my issue of that left hip, and I couldn't figure out why it was always in pain.
Right. And what program did you try before coming into Hyperarch fascia training?
Yeah, so I tried a lot of different things. Did some work with Connor Harris program.
Mm,
Done a little David Gray rehab, and just some of the things that I was taught in PT school.
right. So the biggest issue is you play basketball, just like me. When
Mhm.
you play basketball, is it after the basketball you feel it the most?
I mean, when I was playing, there were some times I wouldn't even go play because I was in so much pain. I go through different phases where I'd be able to play, and then I'd maybe feel pain during, or I'd feel pain after. But there wasn't ever a stretch period of time that I was able to play consistently because something would act up, and I just attributed it to being, a couple of years out of my youth, and just thinking that it was just the way that it was now.
Got it. And how long has this whole problem was bothering you for? How long did it bother you?
I've probably had this issue going since maybe 15 years ago, on and off. So something sustained when I was younger, and then I tried to work through it, different things. I think that kind of part of the reason why I became a PT, trying to solve this issue, and
Oh,
nothing ever really nothing ever really stuck. So um, it's been a long process, but I'm really at a good point now. I'm playing again, not noticing any pain, and I'm not worried about the pain coming on because I feel so much stronger on that left side.
got it. So in terms of our messaging, you watch my content, like what made sense to you? Because I do, I do talk about fascia a lot, which is not covered by the mainstream anatomy, but like what makes sense to you in terms of our messaging?
I think what struck me as most important is connecting the foot to the glutes and the core. The foot's the first contact on the ground, and then the glutes and the core are the stabilization of that middle part of the body. So if you don't have either part of those three, then you're going to have issues. If you can put those three together and connect them as you do in your programming, then you're going to start seeing some more strength and be able to do what you want to do without issues.
Got it. So for you on your own journey, because everyone's connection is very different. We did our assessment, we found out what the weakness is. So at what week did you start to see improvement?
I think after the first 3 weeks, I really started noticing that there was a change happening,
Okay.
and it was almost like that's where I felt like it was the beginning, and then it really sped up from there. So like there was a big change at 3 weeks, and then it really started feeling better after that.
Got it. And what is your I ask this to everybody, what is your elevated tau curl sensation now?
I feel that in my glute.
You feel that in the glutes now.
I feel that in the glutes.
But when we
Uh,
first started, we didn't do that.
no, not a chance. I think my foot the first time we did it, my foot was burning, and now I still feel the foot working, but I feel the glutes turn on, and I feel more stable. I feel like I can hold it for 15 times longer than I did when I started.
Right. And during this process, like we didn't take any drugs or medication. It's plain just coming from doing our exercise, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't want people to say, yeah, I was taking yeah, he got results because he was taking some medication.
No. No. This was I put all the other exercises on hold, and just focused on doing this, and I've seen tremendous results.
Great. Well, thank you so much. So, in terms of the stuff that we do, the hyperofascial training, the foot to glutes connection, like how would you explain to somebody that had never experienced this sensation before. Like, how would you explain it in your own words? There's no right or wrong answer.
It's a feeling of connection between all the different parts of your body, specifically your leg. You'd be able to just feel the ground better. And it feels like all the different, everything feels put together and moves as one. It's almost effortless when it's really right too. You just feel like you're moving like you're supposed to, and you don't even have to exert as much as you feel like you should, because you're doing more than you were.
Right. So today, I mean, today is a funny day because it's right after the game seven,
Mm-hmm.
Pacers versus OKC, and unfortunately, Halliburton had that injury with the Achilles. Now, when you went through this training, we talk about the importance of the foot engagement. Like, do you start to see why we emphasize the foot so much?
Yeah, I do. It's the first thing that hits the ground. So if that foot's not strong, then something up the chain is going to be affected. So you start with the foot, you build the strength up through the foot, the connection, and it just it makes so much difference for the rest of the output of the body.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we're going to talk about that more in our Patreon. Well, thank you so much for, trusting my work. I know it's very difficult coming from, you know, uh, you know, having a PT degree because I get a lot of hate also from the mainstream strength and conditioning coaches because
Mm-hmm.
I tell them that it's not just about the muscle. You have to really take care of the fascia. Um, but hopefully, one person at a time, one result at a time, we're going to turn these into clinical trials. So that's where we're going.